This is a video response to MODOC42, and I'm a brand new subscriber, and I like a lot of the video responses that I've seen about 3 pros and 2 cons about where we live, and also some channelers who I really like your channel, so that's good enough for me, so I have subscribed. I must say YouTube is a short-term project for me, which may end fairly soon. It's been going on for about 2 years of channeling for me. And I tend to be extremely enthusiastic, too enthusiastic, and I get sometimes off topic in my comments. And when that happens, please ask me to stop, you know, and I will say I'm sorry, and I might unsub you for a while just to muzzle myself so I don't bug you. I don't mean any harm, but I just get too chatty and stuff, and it's not so good. So I live in Saint-Denis, outside of Paris, France, and I'm American, and I've been here for a long time. I've been here since '94, and you often see this view of a building across the street from me, a subsidized housing project across from my building, and this will be gone shortly. It's going to be replaced because it's getting old and run down. I consider this a ghetto area. I live in what's called Le 93 or Le 93, which refers to a postal code for the département, which is a kind of big county. And this is the most populous county around Paris, France. The greater Paris, France area is called Ile-de-France, and Seine-Saint-Denis is the most populous. And it's a mixed bag. Some of the richest people in France live in Livry-Gargan, which is not far from here. Now, there you can hear a siren. One of the things that I like about this place is that I lived in the East Village for a while in New York City, and I lived in New York City for almost 17 years, which is, you know, I've been here for that period of time also. And I consider this better than the East Village. Now, I'm alone here. You know, I don't have friends or a social life or anything, but I still like it better. Over 80 languages are spoken daily in Saint-Denis, which used to be the capital of France before Paris. Has a very interesting history, and it's very mixed as far as money and race and all kinds of stuff. I can't get all the foods and things that I would like here, but whatever. So I consider this very vibrant, very lively, very grungy, you know, which the East Village definitely was in the late 70s when I was there. By the way, I moved to the Upper East Side. I didn't like that either. And then I moved out to Windsor Terrace, Brooklyn, where I lived for quite some time. And I did like that out there quite a bit. Another thing that I like about where I live is that were I on a higher floor, I'd be able to see the Basilica of Sacré-Cœur in Montmartre from here. But I'm only on the first floor, so I can't see it. But it's really close, and I've had guests stay with me, and they've actually just walked to Montmartre from here, which is not a beautiful walk, but they just put on headphones or whatever and just walk. Otherwise, you can take the metro a few stops or a bus or whatever and be in Paris. So it's tremendous having Paris really right next door. We have a border contiguous with Paris, and Paris is a tough nut to crack. I find it a much more difficult, complex city than New York was. But I like challenges, and even though a lot of this has been very hard for me and very sad for me, and I'm very alone here, and I do have some problems, I still like that aspect of it. You could call it the cultural aspect if you like. Paris is truly one of the great capital cities of the world. The third thing that I like about right where I live is that this neighborhood looks terribly ugly, and it is, but it's very practical. There's really everything that I need here except for a bank. The bank downstairs closed. And the post office has a bank here, and the French post office bank is horrible. So I don't use it. Let's see. I'm disabled. So it's important for me to have doctors and hospitals and physical therapists and pharmacies and stuff around here. Some days I can barely walk, and it's very important to me. So as annoyed as I get by the grunge here, and it's just an ugly street I live on. It's a beautiful park over there. Napoleon's Legion of Honor is right over there. You can't see it. Beautiful park. And the biggest park in France is down this way, La Courneuve Park. And there's just a lot of history here. It's cool. Now, a couple of negative things about all this is that France is very complicated. It does not work for many expats, particularly British and American. I have a consulting service. I have a website, cutecatface.com. I think it needs a little tweaking. I'm trying to get in touch with the webmaster in the United States because I had a featured video up there, but YouTube had a problem with it, so I had to delete it, and I have to... It's a movie I made in 1979 in the East Village, and I have to get it back up there. I don't like the... France is okay, but Paris is a tough nut to crack. I'll just leave it at that. Most of the expats I've known here over nearly 20 years now really don't last very long. It doesn't go very well for them. The other thing that I don't like about where I live, besides some of my neighbors are really annoying, and going through the correct process of the social workers and everything is not pleasant. Also, being a wetback is not pleasant either. You know what I mean. An immigrant is kind of a drag, really. I would say I'm used to grunge. You know, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. You know, it's like you can take the girl out of Cleveland, but you can't take the Cleveland out of the girl. And most of France is pretty tidy, and Saint-Denis is just so grungy, and it is so overpriced now. Oh, it's absurd. It is absolutely absurd. You know, it's just nuts, okay? It is a great location. You know, it's between Paris and Roissy-Charles de Gaulle Airport. Fine, fine, fine. Lots of public transportation, all that, but it is a bummer here many days. I've got to go out to the store. I don't even want to go out there. You know, the store owner mistreats his employees, which is why I barely shop there. We barely shop there. I have to go get an item, so I am going to run downstairs. It's great not to have to put on a coat. But really, as you can see, it's ugly. It's really ugly. So that's my 2 cents, and I look forward to seeing your videos. Thanks for putting up with me. Remember, if I get too enthusiastic, just tell me to chill. Bye-bye.